G'day, back at it, finally, after so long. It has been a long break, a bit over 3 months now, but hey, I'm here, and I forgot to turn my light on because I'm in a new place. How's that for the LED light strip? Right, I thought I'd do a bit of a haul video for coming back, because very much so, I was actually discovering a bit of a joy for the tabletop RPG games for Star Wars, because I got the Force and Destiny beginner set and started playing that with my parents, and they were enjoying it, and I was having a bit of fun with it, and hopefully I can get a few friends around and we can do that here. But I got a bunch of the stuff, as you can see, it's displayed prominently right here in this shelf. In this new location I've set up, and it looks really good, I reckon. I've got a bunch of stuff in this folder, which is Fantasy Flight stuff mostly, that I've just gone, I printed off some extra stuff that were PDFs, and some of the extra bits and pieces that can fit into a plastic slip, which are extra little booklets and things that came with, like the beginning game and that sort of stuff. I also visited some game shops looking for them, especially when in Northern Territory, which I found the mother load. I was so excited over this. I found a bunch of the old West End game stuff. So, first of all, I actually ordered on the internet the reprint of the West End Games role-playing game. I hear that Fantasy Flight did, which includes the role-playing game and the source book, if you can see, which is pretty cool. I find that that'll be a great place to start for anyone wanting to play the West End games for it. Oh, on a side note as well, when I got that, I was looking for 6-sided dice, because I read it and went, oh, I need 6-sided dice for it. I was surprised by how hard it was to actually find 6-sided dice in a shop. So when I finally found them, I got like 40 of them, because they were cheap, in a cheap shop, and I put them in a little bag, so that works out well. And I got a bunch. Let's see what we have here. I got 3 of the adventure journals. I got Volume 2, Volume 3, and Volume 5. I read through them, actually, which is pretty cool. And there are a motherload of great information to be able to base multiple adventures off of. Well, it was really cool to read back and go, that is awesome. A bunch of stuff was really cool there. And I guess I'll start with these. I've got a classic campaigns. I bought all the stuff that they had because I'm like, I'm not going to see these again. And these are in the shops, just sitting there. I can't even see some of this online. Operation Elrude and the Black Sands off Socorro. Goroth. This is all information on the planet Goroth, as well as to set up some ventures and stuff there. Imperial Double Cross, which is information for an adventure. And Secrets of the Sizar Run. Now, you may recognise the art on the front. It is the art I've seen when I googled Guri from Shadows of the Empire. So it's pretty cool. Planks into Shadows of the Empire. It's a hardcover. I don't know how rare the hardcover is compared to the softcover, but it's the Truce of Bakura source book, which is really cool. Next, I also found it's a softcover of the Empire source book, which is really cool. And exciting. I found Galaxy Guide number 1, A New Hope. Galaxy Guide number 3 for Empire Strikes Back. Galaxy Guide number 7 for Mos Eisley. Galaxy Guide number 11 for criminal organizations, and that's what they had there. What's also really awesome is 2 books connected to the Darkstrider campaign, Cathol Rift and the Cathol Outback, and I didn't take the plastic off of the Cathol Outback. I thought I'd taken the plastic off a little. Oh, that's really cool, because I've heard about the Dark Strider campaign before. And now I can actually read through the stuff for it, which is really cool. And then the last three for West End games that I got are the Alliance Intelligence Reports, Kraken's Threat Dossier, which is interesting. They have the threat dossier that they say about in the Adventure Journals, but they actually give an extra threat dossier in the Adventure Journal that they don't have in the separate one. So they actually didn't go, oh, we'll lift content that they've already written and create an original one, which I love. Wanted by Kraken, Kraken's Rebel Operatives. Of course, I put these together in one lot, so it's all the Kraken stuff together. So I found the Death Star Technical Companion, which is really cool. So any adventures on the Death Star, we're set, we're going. And Creatures of the Galaxy. West End game stuff, nice. Now I do, as a side note, want to try and maybe pull together some people to do this, and I don't know how much interest there will be in some RPG adventures online here, but I would know if people say. I also happen to find some Wizards of the Coast stuff. I haven't taken these out of the plastic yet because I think they're a bit too precious until I actually want to read them. Character record sheets. I have not seen these anywhere. I saw them and went, well, Wizards of the Coast. They may be handy even if I scan them in. The Secrets of Dantooine, which is pretty cool. And I even got the Living Force campaign guide. This is a bit more of a bigger one in Wizards of the Coast if you don't know. And hey, look, they have a Wookiee Jedi on the front. They must have a name for that Wookiee Jedi. Oh yes, in Wizards of the Coast, I also got the Galactic Campaign Guide. That's a hardcover. That's a real find, I reckon. I love the art on it. Just looking at it. It's great. The Wizards of the Coast RPGs had some of the best art, I reckon. Oh, that new book smell. Yeah, they all had the plastic on them as well, which they were either resealed and kept in really good nick, or they hadn't been bought since they were released and the guy still had them, which is really cool. Mon Calamari male names, I just flicked to it, and female names and what they mean. Really interesting stuff in some of these. I think I was reading the PDFs of some of the Wizards of the Coast stuff. They even have species life expectancies and stuff like that, which is really cool. And I did get a bunch of the Fantasy Flight stuff. So I did manage to get the Edge of the Empire and the Age of Rebellion source books, the core rule books, as well as Edge of the Empire Beyond the Rim and Age of Rebellion Onslaught at Arda 1. I also got their respective Game Master kits. So I've got the screen as well as the extra adventures that come with it. Now, the one that I've had trouble tracking down, and I don't think they've reprinted it, is the Force and Destiny core rulebook. Especially notable for the couple of pages in it that can be interpreted as the Clone Wars was propaganda, the 2008 Clone Wars series. So that's one Matt Wilkins has mentioned, and some people have also caught on to that as quite an interesting theory. I feel like it's a little bit vague. I mean, I got the PDFs. I managed to actually go through as well while I'm looking at this and find a bunch of the PDFs online. I would note that it's really weird because Fantasy Flight Games never had the original rights to publish online copies of their books, because how the rights were written, they belong in the video game section. They don't actually offer a way to purchase a digital copy of the books, which is where I would recommend getting the PDFs at the moment if you can't find the material in the shops. It's been interesting to go through the RPG stuff and actually play some of it and go, oh, actually, that's that, and that. I feel like I've got a pretty good mind for being a game master now. And I've gotten better with it, especially since my parents are not especially as good at understanding the Star Wars world and all of that, and they just played along with what information they had. It made for an interesting journey, especially when they were like, well, I got no idea what I'm doing. Yeah, that's a bit of a haul video for coming back and returning, as well as here's a bit of an update. I'll bundle it all into one, because why not? I am now saying they'll be uploaded when they're uploaded. I do intend to continue KOTOR, which will be really good. And also got some other EU reviews that I will definitely do. I've been intending to make them shorter, to not make them as much in-depth notes, unless someone actually wants to talk about it, and then we may discuss on stream, or just discuss in the Discord you can join, which would be really good to have a bit more discussion around, like what did you think of certain parts of it there. But I've been just going, well, I'm going to read more of the comics while I'm away. So I'm in the middle of the Republic series at the moment. I'm just chronologically past Attack of the Clones, and I'm a bit into the Clone Wars. And so I've got a bunch of comics to catch up on, as well as 1 or 2 comics that I don't have. So I'm gonna have to try and find them and read them and all of that stuff. But yeah, as far as the Star Wars EU stuff goes, that's great. Other videos, I don't know if I'll actually do. I'm going to be focusing on looking for a job in the film industry, which we'll see how that goes. But while I am not currently working and looking for jobs, I'm going to be having more time for videos, and also going to just stream a bit more on Twitch, which will be good fun. If I don't get a job in the film industry, I'll just get a job elsewhere and then work on film stuff and streaming and that a bit more as I go. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for an update. Moved into the new place. You can see one side I've got books, the other side I've got my film equipment shelf. And I've set up pretty well. It's quite good, I reckon. So, yeah. Hopefully it's been an interesting little update. Some of those things, I had no idea that they were even available somewhere, that I could go into a shop and pick them up. Yeah, otherwise, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Every